people addicted to stasis. I'm no longer lured by hopes I'll be cured, just glad to have found an oasis. A low-profile old poet recruits an audience for his feature. He sends invites and says many prayers. He offers to pay people's fares. The night of the reading, after weeks of his bleeding, a room full of unoccupied chairs. A part-time high school creative writing teacher, 1976. My new formula's sure to appeal, she told peers of the faculty appeal. They nodded politely, but now bite their lips tightly, for she goes by the name Danielle Steele. Angie Valent, a gentle and troubled pal. She's motherly, sickly, and wise. I write letters and crave for replies. Then I open my mail, I think I've gone pale. With a scalpel, she severed our ties. Poets Lament, 2013. We all pray for rewards that aren't meager, nor are fans, when they clap, very eager. We toil for the fun of it, but the world will have none of it. Bows instead to the God Justin Bieber. Veteran poetry host and arbiter of taste, Larry Stoker. He's a deep and rabbinical seer. I pray to him half out of fear. Who will he adore? Who will he ignore? I'm slated for tryouts next year. Brendan Atherton and his Facebook fans. All he does is to share that he's farting. Now hundreds of comments are starting. He gets 99 likes and his stock value spikes, which leads to the rest of us smarting. At the urologist. He's done with his probing analysis. His words cause me instant paralysis. Without operations to fix malformations, I'm facing a life of dialysis. She got him to change his will. My dad's now at peace in his shrine, though his lady friend took what was mine. She's found a new donor, so I'd like to just phone her and see if she'd loan me a dime. Love life then and now. I couldn't stop groping my suitors as we sped through Madrid on their scooters. I'd feel their arms flex and sniff their good necks. Today, we inhabit computers. At Pop's grave. I seldom come here with a wreath for the gentleman resting beneath, who lies grimacing, doomed, ground up, half consumed by a sweetie with vaginal teeth. And the last limerick from the series, which has been published, and it was the first poem chosen in a magazine, which I was very flattered about, but it was not published in the Missouri Review. Rather, another one, another competitor of the Missouri Review. And the poem is called An 18-Year-Old Intern at the Missouri Review Turns Down an Old Man's Last Efforts. 1. In a scroll that is far from inviting, she advises him not to quit writing. With a fine college glow, she calls down far below, keep in touch, your verbs are exciting. 2. 6 long decades he hoped for a yes. Where he'll go now is anyone's guess. The neighbors assume he's found a new room and silently wish him success. Well, those are the limericks. Am I out of time, or is there... Last time I went on too long at Bob's Espresso Bar. You never want to be the person who goes on too long. So then you overcompensate for the next 10 years by reading too little. Is there
you get another 2 or 3 minutes if you want.
This is the last one I'll read, and it's called Ode to 7-Eleven. How are you tonight, 7-Eleven, with your smell of departure and annoyance, your white bread, your drain cleaners, your puddings, your cockroaches, fanning out over the parking lot like glossy marzipan soldiers, lugging fearsome shadows? It must be lovely to watch for dawn coming over the Evertrust Bank and the Chevron station. It must be trying for the lively man with the turban, sales associate number 33323, to hang out with the 7 moving objects of the sky, the 11 ounces of the heart, and the sturdy 16-year-olds picking their noses by the soda fountain. 7-Eleven, benign, broad-minded firebrand of night. The great inward journey begins with you. Inexhaustible Christmas of green, red, orange. Help! Wanted. Do we think we understand you, 7-Eleven? How sweet the industrious freezer, the implacable milk, the pounds of glazed fritters, muffins, freedom of choice, Hispanic, Hmong, Chinese, the painful joy of brain freeze, 10,000 pots of coffee for Tarzana, the apotheosis of the hot dog loving state that stares at popular mechanics and soap opera weekly. When all at once a man looks up, catches his own image timid in the window, and a girl examining her nails in an idling van. Help! And beyond that, a string of bungalows and porches and flagrant Union 76 balls. Wanted! From here all the way to Downey, Bell Gardens, City of Industry, past where the freight trains jangle and yelp, though perhaps no one can say for sure where they're headed or what they're freighted with.